All right. I have a not so special guest with me today in Mr. Walter Wight. How you doing?
Doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine too. So yeah, right now I think we're gonna stream some of these week two Saturday games from the 2022 Casuals Only tournament, one which you were gracious enough to host. I believe you hosted both days in week one, as well as maybe both days in week two. I think this was Father Xmas's choice as he won Game Five from Week One Saturday's games, and so he chose territories on killing grounds. Any comments that you have on this game selection, Walter?
No, I think that it's good. It's nice to see not King of the Hill played on this map, and it'll be kind of fun to see how the different teams are divided and see how the teams approach territories.
Okay, well, one thing to note that this is a free for all game, so there are no teams. It's going to be a six start map. One difference, I guess, is that uh, unlike capture the flag, I guess you could theoretically just walk off your own flag because there's only six flags on the map, and get your flag later. But other than that, I mean, I think a lot of people are really just gonna play this game as if it were capture the flag. But we'll see what happens. Let's jump right into this. And yeah, I'm probably going to be doing a lot of auto camera because there's actually there are more than six flags. So just disregard what I said. I don't know what I'm talking about. Let me F7 up arrow. Okay, so
I also just in general refer to even players as teams in this general situation where we know that there will be teams. So not to be a dick, but
okay.
I'm a dick.
Yeah, so I naturally follow myself, but I mean,
We'll do that for now.
I got a pretty
You know,
standard trade, so I don't think it's really worth talking about. I'm just gonna turn on the auto camera and see what happens, because for a map like this, there really is no sort of concentration of units. I don't think like there would be on a Last Man on the Hill or a King of the Hill. So I think the auto camera is going to do it the best, and we just need to put our faith that the auto camera programming can give us the most enjoyable experience and the best representation of this game. We see Kronjak. He did not get any artillery whatsoever. Instead, he got a huge amount of thrall. What's your take on Kronjak's unit selection, Walter?
well, I mean, I think he's kind of playing it as everyone else is figuring it out in the same way. I don't know. It's not traditional. I think is all I would say. But with this group, nothing really is, and so it might work out. But it
What do you
looks like
think
he's getting
about
picked
his
apart.
thrall? What do you think about Kronjak's thrall walking over the satchel charges that he dropped?
That seems like a pretty poor decision. I think Father Xmas could have shot some fire arrows and really done some damage, but he only just now thought about it. Maybe was a little late in the day. He may have had some red wine in him. He is a
Or he's the
Frenchman.
product of the French public education system, and that's
That could
probably why
be as
he's
well,
a little bit slower than usual. Who knows?
or it could be both.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, I think Kronjak is stuck between Overdose and Father Xmas, and it looks like his herons are about to blow up. Oh, he got lucky.
Oh,
that was that was going to be bad.
oh, but he at least healed himself.
And but yeah, I mean, I think at this point, I realized that Kronjak was getting surrounded. He didn't have any bowmen, so I was just going after Father Xmas. In addition to the fact that Father Xmas was actually the week one winner, so that was a little extra incentive for me to target him. Meanwhile, on the east side, we have Gerald and Kryptos. Looks like he's engaging Legacy Typhoon and you, Walter White. Even though this auto camera keeps bouncing around. Yeah, it looks like Kronjak is really just rushing Father Xmas, and I think Overdose is willing to just let them kill each other at this point.
Well, and you think with about 7 minutes left, players and teams becoming under 50%, that's really going to hurt their chances. You know, you want to have a lot of units alive to spread out. And that's where Thrall can come in handy on this, I guess, if you run them around the outside and get some of those exterior flags. But it doesn't seem like the teams with Thrall really chose that direction or were able to even get there.
Yeah, well, to be honest, nobody's getting there because all 4 of those exterior flags that you mentioned have not been tagged by anybody. Or it looks like Kryptos might be moving some Thrall in there to grab one of those flags. But one name that we have not been mentioning so far is the Turnip Master himself, Mr. Garnish. He's just happily tucked away in that southwest area, not holding any flags.
Has he moved any units? It kind of looks like maybe not. I guess maybe a little.
I mean, he has 2 flags.
The purple.
Yeah, the dark purple. He does have the 2 middle flags, but he does have 96% of his units, which indicates to me he's not really being aggressive. Instead, we're seeing Kryptos and Droll against Legacy and Walter Wight. Seems to be kind of a slugfest going on. Again, these Hair on Guard heroes are so essential, and that all these other units are more or less secondary. It looks like we see one of your.
If I recall, then Garnish starts pushing forward, and we realize we're about to get completely sandwiched. So I think I call Typhoon away. Like we stand no chance in the middle of all of that fire.
Yeah, this is sort of reminiscent of what happened to Kronjak. I mean, proving grounds, killing grounds. There's always those 2 middle starts where you're gonna get sandwiched, and it's just an unfortunate characteristic of this map. But free for all is free for all. You do what you got to do. So no mercy, and
And you try to use your strong units to try to take damage as they can, and try to free up your other guys to hopefully get away. So we're kind of retreating center there.
Yeah, I can see that. It looks like you got pussed there. But I think most of those warriors are going to live.
Against that whole shooting line of archers, I think that is a victory in of itself. But
yeah, that was quite the strategic withdrawal there. I think Kryptos and then Garnish just raining arrows. It almost seems like you were an obstacle rather than a target, because now Kryptos is engaging Garnish, and I think you just happen to be in the way.
Is remove yourself and hopefully come around. The interesting thing was, although we lost a lot of units, so we're now at 45%, we were doing pretty decent, and I think Overdose may pull an interesting move on my Hair on Guards, but I saw it and only lost 1.
Yeah, well, that was certainly an interesting as you describe it. I do like I like explosions. And
you wanted to see all of my Hair on Guards explode, but thankfully, only 1. But you did get a lot of other units with that, so I always enjoy to see your explosions. You are one of the masters of the goal pus kind of bomb throw.
No, I don't think so. I just prefer to watch explosions. I don't really
Well,
have
you do them
method
well.
to my madness. But to get back to this game type here, we see Garnish starting to exert some pressure on these Western flags. I think Kryptos' archers are a bit Geral's archers are a bit separated
Flag
from the rest
captured.
of Kryptos' army. Anyone with some warriors could easily just rush those archers and wipe them off the map. So we have about 2 minutes left. Do you think everybody should be in sort of tagging mode?
Well, I think that there are two clear teams that have, played this very pathetically, just with no honor.
Flag lost.
So would
Two
you say
90% teams, Garnish and Overdose's team. But yeah, they clearly should be going for each other right now. At this point, there needs to be flags gathered. All teams need to be focused on it. But right now, if Garnish and Overdose don't start grabbing flags, they could really end up at a deficit.
well, while you were talking, Garnish's Hero on Guard heroes exploded. So really, there's
And
just
Lee lost
one guy.
30%.
Yeah, there's really just one guy with 90%, and it might not necessarily be because he was camping. It might just be because he's so good.
That's probably what happened also in that Jeer game that you were commenting on earlier.
Flag lost.
Oh, that Steal the Bacon one, huh?
I was at the other end of the map, so I wasn't trying to be weird. It just was. I honestly was trying to get to the ball as fast as possible, and ended up there at an opportune time, which was nice. Anyways, that was a different game. But I have to rat on you for a little bit. But why do you only have? Oh, now Overdose is starting to come.
Flag captured.
Has he spread his unit? Is he going to steal this in the last 10 seconds?
Captured.
Oh, 3 now.
Flag contested.
Overdose.
Flag captured.
With the master. Territories play. 4. I think he's got it.
Game over.
Well played.
I don't know. Pretty lucky, but I mean, most of the time I'm really just playing for second. I think a lot of people, Father Xmas, he really extended himself too far. We saw him going after Kronjak. Kronjak was getting sort of sandwiched between me and Father Xmas, but somehow he was able to get 3 flags with just 27% of his units. I'm sure those Thrall did not really do much. But again,
Well, if I recall in this game, I was surprised. However, the coding is, I guess I had thought that we had tagged 2 flags before Xmas had gotten his 2, so I was surprised at how the perm ended up with us 1 less than Xmas. Because I actually thought that we would have ended up ahead of him. I was kind of disappointed, but it's clearly something that I don't understand about how it's tallied.
I mean, the scoring of that Bungie programmed 20-something years ago is still a mystery to this day. But at the end of the day, it didn't really matter because I think on a 6-start map, only the top 2 were safe. So Overdose and Kronjak survive, and everyone else loses a life. But yeah, it's an interesting game.
Very interesting. But again, yeah, fun to see territories as opposed to King of the Hill, which is pretty standard on this one.
Yep. And with that, let's just keep going here. Okay, so I have to turn off the auto camera. All right, so this is an 8-start map. So again, the top 3 will survive, and everyone else loses a life. This is Last Man on the Hill. See, this would be Appalachian Springs. I don't think there's unit trading in this, or is there unit trading?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so. But yeah, Last Man on the Hill. Pretty standard game. Obviously the teams that are in the corners, it's going to take them a little longer to get into position. But
What was nice about this spawn, and I don't think it always happens, is that there was no middle team. A lot of times, I think that there is a middle team spawn, and so it kind of gave relatively equal opportunity because the person that is in middle can kind of have an easier avenue to sink their whites without being noticed. And since everyone has whites, there is a
5 minutes
clear
remaining.
motivation to sink them for the end game when everyone's going to
Flag
be going
captured.
for the flags.
Yep, and we see Overdose being aggressive, going after that flag. So, regardless of what people say about perhaps his camping tendencies, he's right up there, tagging the flag, from the get-go.
Well, he's certainly not doing what Red is doing in the bottom right. Is that Father Xmas? Just kind of sitting there.
Yeah, perhaps he's, taking a vacation or something.
Flag
Who knows?
contested.
Could be the
Flag
French education
captured.
system, like you said.
The public education system.
Oh, I
They
see.
do have some world famous, the Sorbonne and, some other highly regarded universities, but, the public education system, who knows?
Who knows?
But yeah, we've seen this from Father Xmas on numerous occasions, on numerous Last Man on the Hill games, where he just kind of hangs back. Some good examples would be those Goal Riot games. Another example would be one game where he utterly destroyed our good friend Meerkat in order to just harvest some damage points. I think it might have been Mud Pit Massacre, Last Man on the Hill Mud Pit Massacre, or something like that. Just absolutely shameless. But at the same time, he's also winning this tournament, so can't really criticize him too much. Now he's actually going after you, it looks like. Meanwhile, Legacy Typhoon is going after my fetch.
He's again just picking on, the slow kid at the playground. How dare he?
Yeah, well, sometimes you gotta stand up to the bullies, and it looks like you are forcing him to retreat a bit, so I'm good on you for that. And you need to send him back to the corner where he came from.
It was interesting. He did just kind of like come out of nowhere because he was just sitting back there. It's like, oh, I'm setting up for everything else. Where did you come from?
Yeah, we see Overdose getting attacked by Kronjact, Garnish and Glassjaw engaging. I guess Glassjaw slipped in. I don't think he played. Was he in the last game? I don't remember.
Kronjak or Garnish?
Glassjaw.
I don't recall either, actually.
Yeah, maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. I don't think he was, but we see him, shooting arrows at Garnish, who has 53% left. I don't know what happened to him. The auto camera did not capture it.
Flag contested.
We see Walter Wight killing some clumped archers. I think this is Gerald.
This was a little bit mean to do to Glassjaw, but it had to be done.
Flag captured.
I mean, I think that's Gerald, man. Glassjaw to me seems like a reasonable person, and he wouldn't clump his archers like that.
But Gerald's not in this game.
You mean the guy who has the flag right now?
Oh, he is.
Oh, that's
Oh, that is.
nasty
Oh my
explosion.
gosh. Oh, you're right. Oh, yes. Wow, I thought he was Glassjaw because he had the yellow shirts on underneath, or whatever. That's funny.
Yeah, well, I think there's only one player out of these 8 who would clump their archers, and that would be Big City, Gerald Toad.
Flag.
The artist.
And while I was enjoying that, Father Xmas is taking advantage of my
Remaining.
bad positioning.
Oh, and that's
And
not
then
good.
I'm getting boom. This was not my best game.
Flag contested.
Yeah, we see Overdose moving his entire army onto the flag, hoping to steal a victory. Unfortunately, I think his dwarves got whited. And even though there are 3 seconds left in the game, there's way more fighting outside of the flag than there is at the flag. It seems like people are really just
Honing in on me.
yeah, there's just an absolute
I just want,
bloodlust.
like, everyone's... I'm the flag.
Exactly. And yeah, I think Kronjak is the only one who really has any kind of awareness. He's just captured the flag with 91% of his units. In fact, I'm going to take off the auto camera. I'm just going to focus it on here. It seems like the other teams have finally realized that it is indeed last man on the hill, and we are getting some action where it should be. Kronjak is now losing all of his artillery units, getting chased down by these myrmidons. Meanwhile, we see Mr. Legacy Typhoon, who is down here with 80% of his units, really just focusing on killing Garnish for some reason. He's completely ignoring the flag, and you know, maybe he bought some rotten turnips and he wants a refund, and that's why he's chasing them down. Who knows? But yeah, we see Glassjaw with 40%. It's going to be key for him to keep those dwarves alive, and he'll just blow up.
The timing was beautiful.
Yeah, poor timing on my part, but yeah, he did not keep those dwarves alive. But yeah, Legacy Typhoon with 80% of his units. It doesn't even look like he's interested in winning this game.
No, he was sicked on me, and I think he was happy with how that turned out.
Yeah, and actually Overdose can just run off the flag and take third. Or actually...
Flag contested.
Oh, wait, or no, you still can. That's only just a contest. Wait, oh, do you get...
there he gets
the
he gets
free
a
tag.
Contested.
And now he could just walk off.
Flag
And for the...
game over.
All right.
Oh, yeah, that has happened a few times in these casual tournaments.
Our good friend...
And you hate to see it.
No, actually, I liked it. You know, our good friend Overdose with the, sneaking that tag. I mean, I deserved it because I was the one with my entire army on the flag at the end of the game. The only person who might be a bit angry about that would be Kronjak, who had about...
Oh, not me. Who was completely...
Well, sometimes you just don't have a chance, man. And that game, you didn't have a chance. So... You live and
That's
learn,
fair.
right? I don't think you couldn't really have done anything. You were just in a bad position between a rock and a hard place.
That's true. That's true.
And one of those...
But for that end game, very well played.
One of those rocks and one of those hard places was probably Mr. Glassjaw with a very nice 122 damage. That's pretty much double anybody else. Or almost double, your score, which was 78. So, I mean, he really racked up the kills and the damage that game, despite getting last place. Legacy Typhoon, I was worried that he wasn't playing the game type, but he eventually got there in the end to take a nice victory.
Really fun game. Just cool to see.
Yeah, very, very chaotic. Let's just keep on going. All right.
I just...
Now you can blow stuff up.
What? Did you need to do something?
Now we're good.
Okay.
Maybe after this game.
Gentlemen,
Okay.
welcome to the main event.
Yep, so this is another classic game, Dorf Riot. We have 8 starts. I believe there's a total of like 15 starts or something, but of course we only have 8 players. And like Goal Riot, this is just one of those games where you just try and make your way to the flag, and if you can get to the top of the hill, you're pretty much guaranteed to get at least like 10 kills or something like that. Because
when some players enjoy playing the TFL version, the Fallen Lords, with the different type of dwarves that kind of throw a bit differently, but that one includes, you know, explosive drop downs and things. I think this one seems more competitive.
Well, it's certainly more predictable. You know, those Myth 1 dwarves are crazy. And they, you know, with they also have those what is it, like air raid grenades, or the smoke grenades, whatever.
Yeah, something kind of that sends the smoke signal up.
Yeah, and it's just, I'm just gonna F5 this. Yeah, that is absolute chaos. But this isn't exactly. This is pretty chaotic as well. It's just. Oh, I think the first death is the winner of last game, Mr. Legacy Typhoon. Nice little chain reaction there.
That was very nice.
We see a few of these teams grabbing the hills next to the main hill, which is really good positioning.
Killing some of Father Xmas's dwarves here.
Yeah, you know, one thing that all these players need to remember is that Father Xmas is in the lead, so people should be going for him, but instead we see a lot of interfighting, and I think that is not beneficial to the tournament.
Flag captured.
Now we see somebody attacking me from behind. That's kind of disgusting. And all my guys are going to get blown up, I think. I get a nice shot on Father Xmas.
I got a nice shot on you and Father X. No, not quite.
Yeah, well, I know that I have 20% left. I think this is it for me. Yep, that's it for me.
But what Walter Wight does poorly is he ends up not grabbing the flag at all here. And so while he wins a lot of dwarf battles, he might lose the game.
Captured.
Because he never thought...
Typhoon, blowing up bottles rather than dwarves. He needs to be getting into position. There's only about 3 minutes left. And
now he could be just learning kind of how the bottle physics work. Could be him trying to hope that there are more bottles up there that he can learn from.
I think you're giving him too much credit.
That could be.
I think Mr. Legacy Typhoon is a clown, and he's just camping.
Oh, I did end up grabbing the flag at some point.
Well, I mean, you have 100% of your units.
I thought that this was one of those games that I just killed everyone, and then I didn't grab the flag until the end, and then that was too late.
Well, that doesn't appear to be this game.
I still think I'm not going to win. We'll see.
Well, Mr. Father Xmas is not going to be winning this game for sure.
If I were a good player or a non-casual player, I should win.
Yeah, but unfortunately for you, you are a casual player, as this is the casuals only tournament. You do not pass the Akira test or the Giant Killer General test. So you indeed
or the Rat
qualify.
King test. Now.
Yeah, I mean, I still don't know what happened during that, but, you know, I've always had a high opinion of Rat King, so I didn't really want to kick him out, but, who knows.
Well, actually, once he was allowed, I thought that we would just go ahead and allow LSO, that other game, but we changed things around. So it worked out. Rat King was gracious to kind of understand, and
Flag.
Yeah, I think he left of his own accord,
30
so like, I
seconds.
don't think anyone kicked him or anything.
Flag captured.
no, even he commented in that game like, "Oh, is this a side tourney or something?" And so he hadn't understood. He was just wanting to play, and I understand that. He did well.
Yeah, he rushed the hell out of me and Father Xmas, that's for sure, on that gimbal game. But okay, let's get back to this game at hand. We see Gerald Toad with 80% having total command of the flag. I don't think
over.
anyone, no one is able to challenge him for the flag. So Mr. Gerald Toad, the legend, Mr. Clump his archers, he's going to take this victory. On a side note, though, you did get 13 kills, 82 damage, so you did, put in some nice numbers there. And
But once I had the hill, I should have just been able to hold it. I feel bad. That's too much.
Well, I mean, it was an 8-start map, so that means you do survive this game because it was the top 3. So congratulations to Gerald Kronjak and Walter Wight. Good effort from you 3, even though I don't really remember Colin Kronjak's number, but he must have tagged the flag at some time before the end of the game. And yeah, there we go. So did you want to stop? Or?
Yeah, if we can take just like a 3-minute break, that would be great. Just a quick pee break. Be right back.